Crafters, Lisa here from Fun Stuff Crafts. So glad you could join me for another Inspiration Friday. So this week I am trying something a little bit new. So I love to watch HSN, which is a shopping channel, when they have their Crafters Day. And they do that a couple times of the year. And each time I do it, sometimes I'll pick up a product, and other times maybe I just like to get inspired by some of the things that the crafters are making. But this time I watched the We Are Memory Keepers come out with a new product, and it is the Memory Keeper Vinyl Silk Screen Kit. Now, I have never tried silk screening out before. And so as I watched them talk about it, I thought, you know what? Why not try this out and see if this might be something that I might be interested in doing? So what I thought today I would do is I would share with you the new product that I bought, and I would do a couple projects with you. So I hope this is something that you like, and if you do, please let me know. If you're new to my channel, please click on that subscribe button and click on the bell, and YouTube should alert you each time I upload a new video. The whole idea around Fun Stuff Crafts is to inspire you to try new things. And so today I'm going to show you a product that I have never used before up until this last week. So I'll take you through the journey. I'll show you some of the lessons learned that I did using it for the first time. But I really hope you enjoyed this week's Inspiration Friday project. So give me a second, I'm gonna get my camera angle changed, and the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what I got when I bought this kit. Let's start out by showing you exactly what comes in this kit. So I purchased this off of HSN. I've been intrigued with screen printing, but I'd never understand what the whole silk screen was about. So I thought this would be a great way to enter into it for me. So this is what you get. It comes with a really nice set of instructions. And so you open it up, it tells you about all your kit contents. There is a QR code here if you want to get some more instructions. And then there is step-by-step on getting ready for your first project. And that's what I'm going to take you through today. The other thing that I really liked is it gives you some tips and tricks, and then it only comes with a certain amount of colors, but it shows you on those base colors that they give you what other colors you can make. So I thought that was really slick. So this is the actual press that it comes with. And so you remove these little things, and you don't want to lose them. And then the press opens up really nice. And I'm going to see if I can get it right past the camera there. And voila, you can see where the ink is that came with it. And so it comes with these 2-ounce bottles, yellow, blue, black, and this hot pink. And one thing that I have determined is I'm not sure so much that I like getting the ink in this, because you'll see when we do a project, there's a lot of excess ink. And I would like to be able to save that and reuse it. So as I was doing my research, I saw a lot of other types of ink you can buy for silk screening, and they all come in a tube. So I was thinking that that might be a better, but that's just, my opinion. So you definitely get the ink. I'm going to close this back down right in front of the camera. I apologize there, you guys. It also comes with a squeegee, and we'll be using that in the project. It shows that you can use this little guy to hold your squeegee. Not sure if I would use that or not. I would be worried about ink dripping down on my project, but that's what that is for. Now, the kit also comes with screens, and these are what the silk screens look like. And so let me just grab one of them here so we can take a little bit closer look at it. So there is a back and a front. Now, one of the things you'll see in the instructions is it talks about when you're adding your design to do it on the back. Well, I had a hard time determining what's my front and what's my back. So I've determined that where it is smooth here, that is actually your back, and that this is the front. The nice thing is these little prongs here. This is where once we have our design on, we'll put this right on there, and then you'll lift this up, put whatever you're going to silkscreen on right here, and then you just put that right down. Works out really slick. This is a 12 by 12 space, so it's a nice large space. One thing that I have seen people do is this cover can come off, and so you could do a larger item. Really nice. Couple other things it came with is it comes with some pre-made designs for you. So this is really slick. This is done on what you call HTV, heat transfer vinyl. So they've already done up a few designs for us, and then these, they show you how you will put these actually on the silk screen. Now, I will tell you that if you do use heat transfer vinyl and you put it on your silk screen, it is permanent. It is there. And so you will definitely want to purchase more silk screen, and mine did come with 3, so that's really nice. The other thing that it came with, and let me just get these ones out of the way. The other thing it came with is it came with some more vinyl that you can use, and this is removable vinyl or permanent vinyl you can use. It came with a transfer sheet, and it came with a couple more pieces. I think there's 2 here, maybe just 1. Trying to fill, no, there's a couple here of heat transfer vinyl. So you can make your own designs. So that's kind of fun. The one thing there is you want to make sure you've got extra silk screen, definitely. So let's see, did I make sure I covered everything? I've got my little cheat sheet here, so let me take a quick look at it. So we've got the press, we've got the ink that I showed you, we've got the 3 silk screens that it came with, the pre-cut designs that I showed you. It comes with the squeegee, and then of course it comes with the instruction booklet. So lots of good things that it comes with. So Lisa's already done a project, and I want to show you a couple things that I learned in the process. So I'm going to move this out of the way. This is the design that we need to put onto, our screen. Okay, I've already done that. So I tried to do it too quick. So what I did to begin with is I did not read in the instructions to use your iron. You definitely want to use an iron. You do not put this on with a heat press. And you want to use the silk or the synthetic setting. I didn't. And so if you look really close at this one, you can see where my design pulled up, it wrinkled, and it just didn't work well. The other thing that it says right in the instructions is make sure that you do a cold peel. So let it cool and do it. So I did my second one in that method, and it turned out perfect. So there is my design that I put on, and it all came out just great. So I definitely recommend looking at the instructions. And when you do that, I would direct you right to here. And it says to make sure you use an iron to adhere it, which I did. But this is really key, synthetic or silk material on your iron setting. And then let it fully cool before pulling back the backing. So this is coming just like with most heat transfer vinyl. It's got a protection sheet on it. So definite lessons learned from that standpoint. So let's take a look at a couple of the things that I've already done. And then we are going to test out doing one with my own design. So give me a second. Let me grab what I've already done. So I would suggest you try something like this. I grabbed an old pillowcase that I had, and I decided to do my first design. So here is that first design that I did. Even though my transfer had some issues, it still turned out, the colors are super vibrant. I love that. And so that looks really nice. And then what I did is I tried to do a two-tone one, which was kind of fun. So the black really turned out really, really nice. So I just love how those colors that turned out. So couple things here is when you're doing it, doing this type of two-tone, really you need to block it out. This probably wasn't the best way to do a two-tone, but it was fun just to play. So I would suggest your first design you do, grab an old piece of material. I've seen people do this on cardstock. I've seen people do it on cardboard. So just grab some. I just grabbed an old pillowcase. What I liked about doing it with the pillowcase is, and I'll just show you how this part worked, is I'm going to take off this one and I'll put on the one that I've already done, and so you guys can see what I mean by that. So this is the design that we used. Let me just go put that back on. So I'm going to put the design on. And this is another thing that I found happened with mine since I used too hot of a setting, is it really stretched my design. So another reason why you don't want to use the wrong setting on your iron. But I'll open it up and then see what I did is I just put it right in there. It's not going to line up perfect, you guys. I'm just trying to show you what I had done. And then I just shut that right down there, and you can do your design. So let's try one together. So let's try a project that is one that I did my own design on. I thought it would be fun. So remember when I showed you these just a minute ago, and I had commented that this is done with HTV, and so it's permanently on the silk screen, which is great, I think, if you're going to be using the same design over and over again. But I thought it would be fun to do up some pumpkin things for Halloween. So I put, and let me see if you can see this a little bit better. I did a cute little design, and I'll show you the shirt I did right there. And then for my granddaughter, I did some onesies, and I did this cute little design. So what I want to show you is how we can reuse them, because I used Oracal 651, so a permanent vinyl. And so let's see, let's take this one off. There's less pieces to take off. One of the reasons why I had the tape here is because when I did my design, I didn't leave enough of a border when I'm pulling my ink down. And you'll see that when I do this next design. So, but I want to show you how easy it is. This is permanent vinyl I used. And now I'm not going to use this design again. Okay, so that is the key, is I'm not going to use the design again. So I am just going to pull off this vinyl. And, you know, the more little pieces you have, the little bit more time it takes. But I'm just going to remove all of that from it. And then I want to put on my new design. So this is the first time I've done this. As you guys, we're learning this together. So I have not reused one yet. So let's see how this works out. Because I really think this is how I would use it more so, is do a few designs, maybe do some shirts for people or some bags, and then do a new one. So I went to Cricut and into Design Space, and I just grabbed this sunflower. So I did a box that was 11 by 11, and then my design is an 8 by 8 design, or close to that. I did it on Oracle 651, and I did the Cricut transfer tape. And so what we're going to do now is we're just going to remove the back of the vinyl. We're going to very carefully remove it. Now, it is key that we do not have any bubbles when we're putting this new one back on. So I want to make sure that I have got my squeegee, and I'm just going to use my screen printing squeegee to put this one on. I want to make sure I'm putting it in on the back. Remember, I told you that's the smooth side. And I'm going to do just like I would normally do when I'm putting my vinyl on. I'm going to kind of do what I call a taco approach. and I'm just gonna drop it. Easy as that. Then I wanna make sure that I've got it on the screen really good before I pull up the transfer tape. And then for this one, I picked up a bag at the Dollar Tree. I thought that would be a good one to test out this process. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure my vinyl is down. And that is the key here, you guys, is to get that vinyl down. And then just like you would do on any project, whenever I'm doing vinyl, sometimes I like to take my squeegee and just make sure it's down really well. It does take a little finessing. Okay, I will admit that took a little bit of time to get done, but once you get it on, you are all set. One thing that I think might be a good idea is I'm gonna flip it upside down, and I'm just gonna really make sure that that is on the screen. So I'm just using my squeegee straight from the Silkscreen kit, and I'm gonna make sure that's on. So there we have our design that I'm reusing my Silkscreen for. So let's go ahead and pull in our little screen, our kit. And what I want to do is, I told you I picked up a bag. So this was actually at the Dollar Tree. So again, I like to, when I'm trying out new things, I like to try it with inexpensive things first. So what I want to do is I am going to put a piece of cardstock in here because this ink will go through. So I want to protect my bag. And so I'm just going to put that right in there. I'm going to lift up my screen and we're going to put the bag right in our little screen. Okay, I've got that all in. We're going to shut it. And that is going to get this all nice and tight. Okay, so my material is nice and tight. Now, I have found that if I put these back on the corners, remember I told you you don't want to lose those, it works nice. Now, if you had a bigger area, you can remove this top part if you want to, but mine fits in just perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure that I've got my top up. So that's where I have got there, you can feel the screen. And look at that. So what we're gonna do is I am going to decide, should we do yellow or should we do black for our color? And I think it would be fun to do yellow. I've done a couple things in black already, so I want to try out the yellow. So what you do is I've got my squeegee ready to go, and I am going to put my paint or my dye right across there. Now I am still learning how much I should be using. I will tell you, have paper towels ready. I've done a couple things and then I've, put my squeegee down or whip my shirt around and I've got ink all over it. So you don't want that. Okay, so I've got it on. I'm gonna take my squeegee and I'm gonna squeegee right down over that. And then I'm gonna come right over here. And you can see that I did not get enough on. That's where I am still playing with it. So let's use that little holder that they say to use, and let's put another glob of paint on. Take it again and let's go down, and so we can get everything to go all the way through. So I still have a section. See if I can use the paint that's on my squeegee. Okay, I'm completely covered. Now it does say to don't overdo it when you are putting it through. Now all I have to do is I'm going to lift this up and voila. Look at that. Look how pretty that sunflower turned out. I just absolutely love it. So now this is what I think is slick about silkscreen. I'm going to put this off to the side, and then I am going to grab a shirt. Just happen to have a shirt handy. And let's go ahead and just try it. And I'm going to try it with black this time. So I'm going to go ahead and put my shirt right in there. Haven't washed my silkscreen. So we're testing this out together, trying to get that nice and centered. And let's bring down the silkscreen. And now I'm not able to put those on, but let's just do it this way. And let's do a black silkscreen. So I am going to move that out of the way. I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to wipe off the yellow, clean my squeegee. Okay, here goes. Now this is where I said, see, I've got so much more ink, and I just hate that I'm wasting all of that. So this is where I think a little cup would come in handy that we could use to save our ink. So I'm going to set that off to the side just because I don't want to waste it. And we're going to raise this up and see what our shirt looks like. But guess what, you guys? I got so excited about showing this to you. I want to show you a mistake we made. I forgot to put paper inside, and it's hard to see, but the ink did go through on the shirt. The other thing that's kind of cool on this is I actually like it. The hint of that yellow came through. So what we need to do now is we need to let both of these projects dry. And once they're totally dry, we are going to take the iron or the heat press, either way, and we're going to heat set it. That will make this permanent. So I'll join you back as soon as these are dry, and we will set it, and then we will be done with some fun new silk screening techniques. And while we're waiting for that ink to dry, what I want to do is to make sure you know that you do want to wash your screens. Now, I've just taken this into my kitchen and I'm washing it with cold water. I'm going to add just a little bit of soap to it, and then I am just going to use my hand and wipe off all of that paint or that ink. And then you just want to do it while it's still wet. And so I just get that all nice and clean, and that way I can reuse this one another time. In fact, I'm going to show you that when we get back to the craft room. So here is a picture of what mine looks like when it's all nice and clean, and we are ready to go to use it again. So I went in the house and I washed my screen, but as you guys can remember, I still have this leftover ink. So I thought, why not? I am going to go ahead and put a black sunflower on the back side of this bag. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that really quick. I have got my heat press heating up right now so that when these do dry, I will be able to heat set them, and we will be ready to go. So I just loved it that I, got it clean, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it again. So it washed up really nice, although I do realize that I've got this on backwards. So let's go ahead and put this on the right way, Lisa. So we want it to go through the screen. Here we go. And I'm just going to use this leftover ink, and you can see it washed up nice, but I've got all that ink and I want to use it up. So let's go ahead and just add some black. See if I've got enough. Couple little spots that aren't quite covered, so I think I'm gonna have to do just a dab more black, but I'm just gonna do a tiny bit and try to get that finished, and that way I am not wasting any of this ink. Just gonna hit those spots that I see that need to be hit still. And look at that. Use where the little tray they said. I'm gonna open that back up. And look at that. Now I have got a black one, which I love how bright those colors are. And I've got yellow on the other side. So how cute is that? So I'm gonna run over to the heat press and I am going to heat set this as soon as it's dry, and I will show you both projects when they're all done. And here's a close-up view of a few of those projects that I've done with the We Are Memory Makers Silk Screen Kit. I just had so much fun exploring this new type of art. I hope you enjoyed this week's tutorial, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share it with your friends.